What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Jane Unlimited by Kristin Cashore. So I was actually really excited going into this book. A long time ago, I did like this search because I was really into this one narrator for audiobooks named Rebecca Soler. This was one of the books that she narrated, so I was really excited to listen to it. It had this crazy long wait list, which I later found out was because it's by Kristin Cashore, who is the author of the Graceling novels, and everybody loves those novels, so I was pretty pumped about this. Like, the premise seemed pretty cool. It was about this, like, weird house that this girl goes and visits, and she starts to unravel all of these different plots about missing paintings and maybe like kidnappings, and the house is kind of weird and spooky and there could be alternate dimensions, and I don't know, it just sounded kind of interesting, and it was touted as like having 5 different genres within one book, so it was gonna try to do a lot of things. It just seemed very interesting and very unique, but very quickly I realized that I was definitely not going to like this book at all. It is beyond confusing. It is so unbelievably ridiculous. There are too many characters. Nothing makes sense. And I don't know if it's because I was just listening to it on audiobook, but I really couldn't follow like anything that was going on. Because we have this main character, she makes umbrellas and she has like a jellyfish tattoo. That's literally all I could tell you about her. Her Aunt Magnolia dies, and her dying wish was that if like she ever got an invitation to this crazy wacky house, she would accept it, and she gets an invitation, so she goes, and we get to this house and there are all these weird characters who behave really like quirkily and wacky because wow, lol, so random and all that kind of stuff, and we quickly find out that paintings have gone missing and there are people missing and the house is really weird and like there are weird dogs and everything's just going on, and somehow her aunt is like mixed up in this crazy conspiracy theory and all this sort of stuff. And I kept thinking as I was reading that eventually it would calm down and eventually things would start to make sense and eventually it would get easier to follow. That didn't happen. If anything, it just got more crazy and more ridiculous and even harder to follow as the story goes on. And about halfway through the book, maybe more like 60%, the main character Jane can make a choice, and this choice will shoot you off into 5 different directions, so you have 5 different endings to this book. Listening to it on audiobook, the narrator picks one, goes through it, and then you go back and you go through it again. I don't know how it actually is in the real book, that's just how it is on the audiobook. And technically all of these endings should still make sense and should still work with each other, because the only thing that's different is that Jane decides to go on this path. That is the only thing that changes. Like, everything in the beginning of the book sets all of this stuff up. So technically, all of this stuff should happen even if Jane isn't there. It's all actually going on. And the more endings you see, the crazier and more ridiculous things get, and by the end of it, I was just so 100% done, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I guess we're doing this now. It just didn't make any sense, and it was really annoying. I just kept getting even more and more irritated because I couldn't follow along. I was frustrated. I didn't know what was going on, and it just made for a really horrible reading experience. I'm giving this book an F. I hardly ever give books an F. I think I've given it 1 book an F, like in the entirety of this channel, but there's just really nothing redeeming about this book. It was just I was let down. It was disappointing, and it made me really worried going into Graceling because everybody loves that book, and I finally decided I was going to start it, and I was worried that it was not gonna be good. It's already like 10 million times better than Jane Unlimited, so I don't know if it's just because the author wanted to mix things up, try something new, it's a completely different genre, I don't know, but it is a hot mess from start to finish, and I really, truly wouldn't recommend it to you unless you just want to experience how utterly ridiculous this book is. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for you today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!